Good morning. How are you? This is Marianne Grant, Life in Harmony podcast. Today is the first day of your life. It's important. What are you going to do with it? Remember, I talked about how you need to clean up any residue that you left behind yesterday, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, emotionally, or sexually. I suggest you clean that up so you have a great day today and you don't carry that big, heavy bag over and start your day out and wonder why you're down, depressed, heavy, upset, and disgusted with who you are. All right, sarcasm. Sarcasm is anger, emotions, bad attitude, enabling, people pleasing, not able to say no, drugs, alcohol, pills, relationships, sex, lust, love, anger, rage, porn, controlling everybody around you but yourself, distractions everywhere. Then you do nothing but have excuses, gambling, work, working out, food addiction, binge TV, phone, podcasts, news, caffeine, surgeries, pain, being in a relationship with a man or a woman mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, emotionally, or sexually abusing one another, or you may want to add to the list. Okay, today I'm going to talk about a real truth, a real reality. I wish I didn't know what I know. I've been in recovery for 35 years. I have spoken to thousands and thousands of people. I do know that we all have dysfunction. I do know that we all have things that we have to clean up. And none of us, we are all imperfect, perfect human beings. And our work never ends. And that if we don't address our issues as they come along, they progressively get worse. And I'm going to go over some of the things that are so profound and so powerful in the mistakes I made in the beginning of my recovery, thinking I could save someone else. Number one, none of us ever can save somebody else. And the energy that we put into trying to save somebody else is such a waste of time. As a parent, when I got clean, my fear was I was going to lose my kids to prison or death. And when both parents are using, it's a double whammy for the kids. Remember, we are our children's God, whether we like it or not. So with me getting recovered, it gave them a 50% chance of getting better. With me staying screwed up, those kids were screwed. Again, it's a reflection on what we do to our lives. It's a domino effect, and it gets repeated down to each generation, whether we like it or not. And so I stayed strong. And my biggest fear was with Joe, when he was away, we did great. And we did great for quite a while there. And then he relapsed. He let go of his support system. The minute you let go of your support system, the minute you think you have your shit whipped up and in control, that is when you lose it all. We need a support system. We need to be accountable daily. And it's so funny. People say, when they get to a certain point, then they could stop. They could stop this. They could stop that. They could stop doing the things that made them feel good. Their spirituality, whether they went to church or going to meetings or seeing a counselor well, it's a mistake, because here's what I do know. I'm 62 years old, and we cannot, our partners, our children, they don't always speak truth to us. We need somebody that will really get honest with us and speak truth and not coddle us and tell us what we want to hear. So that's why I'm doing this podcast. It's about getting raw and getting honest. And I know people that, and this is a fact. If you're really bad in your addiction, mostly you have to lose everything before you're going to get, even begin to start recovering. And as far as wasting time with your children or your partners or people that you love, all you can do is be in a living example. That is the most powerful thing you can do. And I'm working with a girl just recently, and she said, I went to all the rehabs in the world. And when my family said they're walking away from me, that's when I got clean. The enabling, I think families and partners and people we love do the most damage by enabling. Enabling, I think, is one of our number one killers. So the bottom line is save that energy, conserve that energy for you to keep doing well in your day. And I'm going to talk about health and the importance of making yourself a priority, because people talk about retirement, they talk about this and that and what they want. You can't do any of this unless you're a healthy human soul. You're just going through the motions and living this perfunctory life and really not being happy. Again, that's why I talk about balance, not too much of anything. And when I had my list of things that I needed to let go of, I come from major food addiction. And food is our number one, it's one of the number one killers out there, because we have to use food all day long. We have to touch it, we have to smell it, we have to be at peace with it. And that's something that each individual has to conquer on their own. And my mom gave us sugar pacifier. So sugar was heroin to me. And a lot of times when people stop drinking, they go right to the sugar. And I know a friend that just died of diabetes. He quit the drinking, but went into overload on the sugar. We are all cross addicted. We go from one to the other to the other. And the importance of really getting somebody strong to work with you, to work on this. For me, the sugar addiction, and I'm really good now at the point of eating my 3 meals a day and not using food. But now I'm ready to let go of the sugar, which I never was before. I always have a treat with every meal. And I'm working out right now with a friend of mine that we've been together for so long. We're working on letting go of the sugar. There's a saying, when you can take it or leave it, that's when you can have it. So as a mom, seeing our kids suffer, or our partners or whoever we're with, remember, all we can do is be a living example. I know it in my own life. My husband is just a great example for me, and how much I want to emulate what he does. And he's 80 years old, and he's broken all the rules. He lives this incredible, healthy life. He's the most consistent man I've ever known in my entire life. He reminds me of my father, the way my father used to be, just so well balanced. And he helps me and I help him. And that's what I love about teaching my partner how to be honest with me and speak truth. And I'm able to do the same in return. And you just keep getting better and better together. And you don't have to have secrets. But I have another support system outside of with my husband, that there's other things that I need that my husband can't give me. And there's things I can't give my husband. So that's important that we as individuals, this is where our work comes in. And finding out what works for us, down to our food plan, our plan of action, the support people that we want in our life. And please don't waste your energy on trying to save somebody else. You will go cuckoo. You can't do it. And I think the most powerful is truly just being a living example. And I know in my own life, people will say, I've watched you for years. I've watched you in recovery, and I've never met anybody so consistent as you are. You are truly your word. And we are nothing without being our word. And I do work on being my word every single day. And I'm here to speak truth. I'm here to get honest. And it doesn't feel good all the time. And I know for me, this podcast is really bringing up a lot of stuff for me and keeping me strong, keeping me faithful and true to myself of what's important to me. And my health, it's ongoing of trying to be better and better. I have spinal issues. I have arthritis. I have a new knee. I have to watch the sugar. The list goes on. But each day I keep doing better and better. Remember, balance, not too much of anything. Our kids, our partner, our play, our work. When we stay balanced, it's life in harmony. When we abuse ourselves, everyone we love is infected by it. You cheat yourself and everyone around you. The level of love and respect that you give yourself, that is the level of love and respect you will get in return. No more, no less. Life in harmony, our thinking can make or break us. This is why we have to check our thinking and attitude all day long. It has to be as natural as going to the bathroom, or else we get backed up. This, my friend, is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Remember, behind every breakdown, there's a breakthrough around the corner. People say, I want to help be a part of taking care of the world. Here's the good news. If you truly take care of yourself all day and be a living example, that is taking care of the world. We all have gifts. We all have work to do. That is the true meaning of taking care of the world. Doing your part, no exceptions. The answers lie inside of you. Hey, you smooth talkers, you manipulators, you narcissisms, your words mean nothing and your actions say everything. I'm going to read a beautiful saying on spirituality with Michael Singer. Spirituality begins when you decide you will never stop trying. Spirituality is the commitment to go beyond no matter what it takes. It's an infinite journey based upon going beyond yourself every minute of every day for the rest of your life. If you're truly going beyond, you're always at your limits. You're never back in the comfort zone. A spiritual being feels as though they're always against the edge and they're constantly being pushed through it. One should view their spiritual work as learning to live life without stress, problems, fear, or melodrama. This path of using life to evolve, spirituality is truly the highest path. Trust the process. The spiritual journey is one of constant transformations. To grow, you must give up the struggle to remain the same and learn to embrace change. Discipline is freedom. The undisciplined mind is like an elephant. If left to blunder, out of control, it will wreak havoc. Confront the difficult while it's still easy. Accomplish the great task by a series of small acts. You must go through the darkest night in order to get to the infinite light. What we call darkness is really the blockage of light. Eventually, you will realize that you cannot actually hurt yourself if you psychologically go beyond your limits. If you just stand at the edge and keep walking, you will go beyond. You used to pull back when it got uncomfortable. It's okay to get uncomfortable. It's okay to make those changes. Go beyond where you were a minute ago by handling what's happening now. Imagine the peace that you could experience if you weren't constantly creating and defending your false self. You are worth it. Okay, I'm going to read a little part of my book. Most important, make a list of all things you want in a partner, a friend, a lover. After you make that list, become that list. Okay, the reason I say this is everybody's so quick to seeing what they want in everybody else. And remember, we're mirrors. We're mirrors for people. So when I say write that list, really get serious about what's realistic of what you can and cannot do. And become that list, because we attract who we're being, not who we think we are. And you'd be amazed how many people are in denial. And they only, when someone brings it out to them what they see, they're shocked, they're stunned, they think there's something they're not. And down to being selfish, self-centered, everything is about you. You need to look at what you do. So that list is so important to write. And start working on the things that you want to become. It is a process. It's not something you do overnight. And you will notice you will start attracting different people in your life. And I've seen it in my own life. I knew I was getting better when I started to attract different men that I liked in my life. The way they were, the way they acted. I had a yoga teacher that I feared her because she was so peaceful. And as I started to get better, I wanted that yoga teacher in my life. There were certain people I couldn't handle being around until I started getting better. And now I have nothing but strong, loving, caring people in my life. I'm not threatened or intimidated by anyone. And I'm very careful about where I put my energy and who I surround myself. And that is a process of elimination. Okay, work on one thing at a time. Eventually it will be a way of life. Don't do too much of anything. Balance is most important. I am clean and clear of all diseases and negative thoughts. What's controlling you? I accept today where I am powerless. I have control where I have choices. I will reach out for help and use my tools today. I accept today and understand the only person I can change or regulate is myself. I will take time to hug and kiss the loved ones around me. I will show my partner today how much he or she is appreciated, needed, and loved. I will speak up for myself today. Be true to ourselves. The answers lie in each and every one of us. Be a priority, and the rest will follow. Everything we do is a discipline and a practice to master what we want. I will take charge of my life today and realize I'm in charge of all my decisions. I will know when it's time to bow out and let go and trust the process. I will set realistic goals for myself. I will get 7 to 8 hours of sleep tonight. I will set healthy boundaries around myself today. I will not allow anybody to speak to me with disrespect. I will make a conscious effort to eat healthy meals. I will take my vitamins, food supplements today. I will drink 6 to 8 glasses of water today. I will be good to myself today. Whoever can see through all fear will always be safe. It's always about fear. I will talk with someone I trust and respect and be honest with them. Accountability is key. None of us can ever do it alone. We always, always, always lie to ourselves. I will trust and reach out to my higher power today. I will say thank you for everything that happens to me today, good or bad. I will not do anything to cause harm to myself or others today. I am willing to change today. I will exercise today. I will pray for the well-being of myself and others today. I will write a list of all the things I want in a partner. If I become it, I will attract it. Discipline is freedom. Do 2 things a day you don't want to do to have a successful day. My 2 things are always getting up early, doing my podcast, and working out and keeping my food clean, and the rest will follow. I am going to have a great day today. We can all heal together one day at a time. It is a decision from our head to our heart. If you want to reach me at createyourspirit@gmail.com and leave your number, and I could go over my workshops or sign books for you and send them as gifts. Learn about my services, lifeinharmonyonline.com. Leave your number. I can go over my services. And remember, I'm doing the podcast Monday through Friday. Hit that round button, and that colorful round button that says L. Hit subscribe. Share it with everybody you love and respect. And remember, please start with podcast number 1. This is a lot of information to digest and learn, and it's a process of learning of elimination. And remember, I want you to have an astonishing day today. And thank you for listening.